time is it?
What time is it?
It's community conversation
It's
time.
community conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee, from New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that community conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educate them without a pain.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1-hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are
in
doing.
terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
Hello to all our news-loving fans. It is now 7 p.m. I'm Mikey Fontes, guest hosting, and
I am C. Ron Allen, sitting in for Aaliyah Bowers, the illustrious Miss Bowers.
and welcome to this week's episode of Community Conversations, dedicated to all our first responders.
So before I go on, Mikey, it is so great to be sitting in with my favorite community conversation alumni. Please don't tell Denia Strong or Rihanna. They're still with us anyway. Don't tell Dina or Asiana, but I said that. But you're by far my favorite, Mikey. What have you been up to?
I started college. I transferred from where I was previously at Palm Beach State.
Uh-huh.
There right now.
And what are you studying?
I'm a biological science major. I'm thinking of double majoring this semester.
All right. Well, we're going to be together for the next hour. So I look forward to just hearing about all the great things that you're doing at Palm Beach State in and around Palm Beach County. But anyway, folks, we have another banner show for you tonight. So sit back, get ready for this 1 hour ride.
So Denia is not here with us this week, and I'm filling in for her with Mr. Ciron. Passenger planes from the US to Europe flew up 200 miles an hour faster than normal last week, thanks to a low push from Mother Nature. Storm system Ciarán temporarily turbo boosted a jet stream, which is a core of strong winds 7 miles above the Earth's surface that blows from east to west.
Well, pilots who found the sweet spot were able to ride the winds and get where they were going a whole lot quicker. Two examples: an American Airlines flight from New York to London reached a top speed of 777 miles an hour, shaving 60 minutes, a whole 1 hour off the travel time. I wonder what they did with that extra hour once they arrived.
Probably went out. And same with an Emirates flight from Dallas to Dubai. While super fast, they don't quite break the record. Pre-pandemic, a British Airways flight from New York to London clocked in at 825 miles an hour, reducing the trip by 2 whole hours. And so you hear people complaining all the time. All I see on the news is bad things, or that they never report good news. Well, that's not really true, because here at Community Conversations, we make sure you have a dose of good news about what kids are doing around you and even abroad.
Yeah, that's so true. Let me also remind you folks that our Fund the Future of Journalism campaign is in full swing, and we hope you join us. We are a nonprofit, and all donations go right back into producing this broadcast and helping us expand into more homes and schools. Donations can be made through our secure portal on our website at www.kopmn.org, or you can call us at 561-665-0151. Display for the Great Bambino and what could be a historic piece of sports memorabilia It's a super rare baseball card showing a rookie Babe Ruth at the age of 19 when he was first and signed as a minor league pitcher with the Baltimore Orioles. You know, the year was 1914. The card is red, and the combo could lead to a home run at auction. Why? Because, among other things, the late, great Sultan of Swat didn't stay with the O's for long. Within months, he moved on to the Boston Red Sox before briefly he was infamously traded to the New York Yankees. Experts say that this slice of baseball history could sell for at least $10 million or maybe even shatter the all-time sports memorabilia record of $12.6 million and that was set by the Topps 1952, the middle Mickey Mantle card. If you know someone who should be hanging with us, please take a moment and call or text them and let them know that community conversation is on. You know, you have time. They won't miss much.
And if this is your first time hanging with us, welcome. We have been providing unfiltered news about what young people are doing around the globe for the past 3 years. We are committed to ensuring you have the latest local news about youth, whether it's about them doing great things in school, on the athletic field or court, or even in their houses of worship. Dogs are known as a man's best friend, but for one Texas teen, his border collie was quite literally a lifesaver. The dog awakened his parents early one recent morning, seemingly wanting to go for a walk. But instead of heading for the backyard, the dog began clawing at their 17-year-old son's door. Turns out the boy was having a stroke. After complaining of a headache the day before, he had gone to bed only to wake up the next morning unable to move his arms. He fell over, and that's when Axel, the family dog, started barking frantically. A doctor later said a blood vessel had burst, cutting off the blood supply to the boy's brain. Had Axel not been so insistent, the doctor noted that the teen could have ended up with a lifelong of challenges. The young man has since regained loss of his physical abilities and is hoping to start college next year.
Wow. And now a story that will surely pique up the ears and interests of Elon Musk. Chinese scientists have invented an AI robot that can make oxygen out of rocks on Mars.
Ooh.
The robot reportedly analyzed minerals known to be in Martian meteors, came up with the chemicals it needed to make oxygen from them, and did it all by itself. Now, you may ask, why is this important? I'm glad you asked. Because if we want to colonize the red planet, as Elon Musk hopes, making oxygen on Mars would be cheaper and easier than sending it, folks, from Earth. According to the company's own press release, the AI robot did it 2 months, what it would have taken a human 2,000 years to carry out. Wow, Mikey, that is interesting. Can't wait to learn more.
Honestly, very impressive.
Yes.
I didn't even know about this.
Hey, the things you learn only on community conversations, right?
No, seriously.
I know.
Like, the Granite State has thumbed its nose at the presidential election calendar. For more than 100 years, New Hampshire has prided itself on holding the first primary election in the country. And since 1975, the state has had a law on the books requiring it to be held before any other. That tradition and that law was thrown into doubt earlier this year when the Democratic National Committee stripped New Hampshire of its coveted spot and gave it to South Carolina, citing that the southern state's higher diversity of voters. And at the time, New Hampshire's Republican governor announced, "We're going first, whether they like it or not." And now it's official. On Wednesday, the state announced that its primary date will be January 23rd, 10 days before South Carolina. Why does it matter? Early primary elections held give candidates important momentum at the start of the campaign season.
Wow, testy. They're not even candidates, but wow, what a way to start off. Pretty fiery there, Mikey.
No,
Yep.
they're like, we're gonna do it. And that's
Yeah,
that.
speaking of which, New Hampshire is known as a granite state. What is Florida known for? What's the moniker for Florida? Do you know? If New Hampshire is the granite state, what's Florida? What state is Florida?
I thought it was sunshine.
There you go. So hey, if you thought it was, why don't you say that? Anyway, to our viewers who have experienced difficulty reaching us on Facebook over the last couple of weeks, we are proud to announce that we are back up on Facebook. The name may be a little different, maybe whatever it's called these days, but we're working on it. It's still KOP Mentor Network. For those who don't know, we were hacked, and basically someone took hostage our site. But thanks to Jeremiah and our team of illustrious engineers, Neil and others, we have regained that site. So we apologize for an inconvenience caused. And as I said, we're back in the swing again.
And now it's time for Trending Now with Mr. John and Mr. Sierra.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. Freedom, I'm gonna get, 'cause it's my freedom.
Brother John, what's going on, man?
What up? We got through Turkey Day. We're on the other side of it now.
Yes, sir. With Turkey Day, let's just get this thing over with. Denia's not here. Neil, in fact, I heard from Neil wanted to know if he could come on the show tonight. I said, no, you're a graduate. But anyway, so much to report, bro. But, you being in the athletic department at FAU can relate to this a lot. But don't mess. One thing I'm going to say to you guys, don't mess with a star athlete and his superstitions. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes admitted this week that he's worn the same pair of red underwear, John, for every game since his season back in 2017, and that he doesn't always wash them. The truth of their comment came just last Monday night when he was a guest on ESPN's Manning Cast with Peyton and Eli Manning. The two-time Super Bowl champ then dove into the details, saying he only turns to the old undies on game days and that they're not worn or too worn or nasty to be worn. He said, I clean them. I wash them every time, every once in a while, at least. I mean, if we're on a hot streak, I can't wash them, obviously. I got to just keep it rolling. Say what do you, brother?
Hey, man, I
have you been following that?
Where we have people that have their rituals, what they do to get psyched up, to get prepared. People have their lucky shoes, lucky shirt that they wear underneath their jersey. I mean, I've heard it all from, what they need to eat. I mean, just the whole day planned out. These rituals, that's a first. I have not heard anyone admit to that. So that is definitely interesting, man. Definitely interesting.
What I can tell you is don't expect any changes anytime soon. Mr. Mahone said that. He said as long as he's playing well and winning, his old red undies, he actually said another word with a D, will be the first thing he puts on game day. That's all right. Hey, whatever floats your boat, as they say, right?
Hey, man. Yeah, whatever suits you. You know, however you get
Whatever
down.
suits you. Speaking of suits, bro, this past weekend, just last weekend actually, folks were all suited up down in Boca Raton as they went down for an evening. Actually, it was in Delray, an evening of just a beautiful evening where people were recognized, and quite a few students were recognized for outstanding service, leadership, and academic achievement. And we have tonight Mr. Terry Crawford from the Omega Psi Phi fraternity here with us to tell us all about this event. Mr. Crawford, thank you for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me, Mr. C. Ron. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. First, full disclosure, you have 2 Alpha Phi Alpha men on the line with you, so we welcome you in good spirits.
I recognize that. I appreciate the brotherhood. Thank you so much.
Yes, so you guys have been doing this for a long time. I can attest to it, John. I was one of the recipients for the Community Service Award many, many years ago, and you have been doing this program for, this is your 16th annual, am I correct?
Well, actually, this is over 40 years for this particular chapter, Lambda Alpha Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi. But the actual fraternity has been doing this program as one of our mandated programs from 1927.
1927.
1927, yes, sir. That's when it became one of our mandates.
If you will, tell us about, how it got started and why.
Sure. One of our brothers, Brother Carter G. Woodson, you may have heard of him. He brought this idea to the organization back at one of our national conclaves, which is one of our international meetings that we have back in 1920. And from that point, it was proposed and it became a mandate program in 1927. And his idea at that time was to make sure that we highlighted the lives of Negroes and the history of Negroes. And now today we do that program to try and make sure that we highlight those in our community that are doing things for the community. Our Citizen of the Year, which is the award that you received way back when that happened. And also we try and provide recognition for our students in the community, seniors on their way college bound. And we just try and give them a bit of encouragement and recognize them for their noteworthy achievements.
So, I mean, first off, anything that Brother C. Ron received, I know was well-deserved and well-earned. This good brother and the work that he does in our community and the impact he has on the community and young people. So I'm already a huge fan. Can you talk about this year? Like how many award winners were there this year?
Sure. So again, we gave out our Citizen of the Year. That young lady, Miss Kitty London Madison. That was a long name, but part of that's her stage name, reason she does in West Palm Beach. So we gave her the Citizen of the Year, and then we awarded some of our brothers for his Founders Lifetime Achievement Award, which is Brother Alexander Edmonds III. I'm sure C. Ron is familiar with him.
Well deserving.
We had our Service Award. Yes, sir. Service Superiorness and Service Award that went to our brother Cameron Simmons. Then, of course, we always acknowledge our Omega Man of the Year, which was Keedron Willis. So we recognize those brothers for their efforts in the chapter. And as part of this program also, we polled the Southern County high schools by using the principals, assistant principals, and the guidance counselors. And what we ask is that they provide us with 2 applicants from each of their schools that they feel need the recognition or should be recognized for some of the efforts that they've been doing. And like you said, their academics throughout the school terms. So what we send out applications, they provide those to us, we evaluate, select the students. This year, we were able to recognize 11 students at our Achievement Week program on November 11th. And, we bring them up. First off, we're at the Delray Beach Golf Club. We're there and we have a plated dinner for them. We bring them up and give them their awards and accolades at the time, and just try and encourage them and let them know that there is someone watching you. There is someone that recognizes the things that you've been doing, and we're here to highlight that for them. So this year we were blessed with 11 students. But not only that, as far as the students with this program, we also have our high school essay contest that happens. So again, we poll all the schools. We receive their essays on the given topic. And what we end up doing is selecting 3, and we award them first, second, and third place with a little bit of a financial contribution.
Super.
So this year's event, and it was spectacular. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We had a presenting sponsor with us. Ron, you may recall Derek Moses. Derek Moses and his wife, Kathy Moses. UPS, yes. So they were our presenting sponsors this year, and they got up and announced, future scholarships and things of that nature that they are trying to make sure that we can achieve throughout the process that we want to award students. And of course, I just want to make sure I do mention that we do this program in conjunction with our 501c3 foundation, and that's Omega Uplifts Foundation. So that helps us to reach a broader audience and just make sure folks can, if they need to, they can get the tax deductible for their donations and helping with this cause.
As we before we go on, we have some footage from the event. Jeremiah, you want to share that, please? The Jeremiah, the jamming Jeremiah. Yes, sir. So I know you guys sponsor, the Omega sponsor a lot of community activities, very engaged in the community here in town. Why don't you share with us some of the other projects you guys sponsor?
Sure. Just piggyback on the Toys for Tots. This year we'll have our Toys for Tots program at Village Academy, as well as Boynton Beach Head Start, which we've been Boynton Beach Head Start for many, many years now. This past year, we've actually completed over 10 curb appeal projects. That's where we come out and we help caregivers. We do work around their house, whether it's landscaping, whether it's painting, which is most of the houses that we deal with. And that was kind of concentrated in Boynton Beach. But we've led the charge with that, working with Healthier Boynton Beach with that particular grant that we had. Throughout the year, we end up having, because again, it's this time of the year, so we're turkey drive. We give out turkeys to those needy families. We've also had the opportunities to participate with our seniors in the community at a luncheon with Pompey Park. That's also with Healthier Boynton Beach as well. We have Avid programs where we go into Congress Middle, I believe is the school that we're working with this year. And we provide some little bit of leadership and mentoring for the students there. And one of the things that we are very proud of is our Lamplighters, which is another mentoring program that we have for young men. We try and catch them at the ages where we can try and make a difference before they get too hard and headstrong in their ideas and want to tell us what to do. And of course, we're always having fundraisers. Again, our Achievement Week program is one of those. We will have our Christmas party on December 23rd this year. We also work with Mardi Gras and our White Party to help us to raise funds so that we can, again, turn that around and provide scholarships. So this past year, we were able to, out of interviewing many, many students, locate 14 that we would provide $1,000 scholarships for this year. So we're in the process of paying them their money now because they are calling in their tickets.
Man, amazing stuff, man. Everything that you mentioned, and the impact that you guys are making is definitely seems like it's definitely felt. And your presence down here in this South Florida area, in the Palm Beach area, in the fraternity is definitely well needed. As you know, there's always a lot of work to be done. A lot of good work is happening currently, and so it's always good to see different organizations in the fight to make things better. A little personal question for you, and if you could kind of shed some light to our listeners related to when you joined the fraternity, and just kind of your background as far as your educational background and other things for the people that want to kind of get a different look and kind of get a different understanding about you and the organization.
Sure. No problem with that. Well, C-Ron didn't really like my answer when we was discussing earlier, but yes, I attended Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. I'm a Rattler.
Oh, you're what y'all
So I attained my bachelor's degree there in electrical engineering. Again, ran into the Omega Psi Phi fraternity there, was blessed to have joined on the campus there. So that's been over 35 years, been part of the organization. What I love is just the fact that, we all look at our Divine Nine and we say that this is something we want to do, and it's community involved. We want to give back. It's all about service. And that's part of what we all do. And I'm just glad that I was able to join and carry it forward and not look at it as just a college thing, but it's a lifelong thing. And again,
do you know a brother by the name of Amari Crawford? He's much younger. I went to law school with him at North Carolina Central University. I'm also a North Carolina Central University grad and pledged alpha there. And so, yeah, we went to law school together, but he ran track at FAMU and did cross Omega Psi Phi at FAMU as well. So
don't recall the name.
Got it. Yeah.
You know what year he was at FAMU?
So probably 2005 to 2009.
Yeah, I don't remember meeting him thus far.
Gotcha.
Your name rings a bell. You sound so much like him. And what's the name again? Javara Sims. Name rings a bell.
Yeah, it does. Chief Sims.
always pushing his rattlers, boy.
Yes, he does.
Anyway, brother, as you always have a friend in community conversations. If there's anything you guys want to get out, just let me know, and you're always welcome to come back on a Friday night and hang with us.
Yes, sir. We really appreciate it, C-Ron. Been knowing you for a while and know that your heart has always been with these children and with the community. So we appreciate your services to the community as well.
Thank you, brother. Take care now.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Good to meet you, John.
Good to meet you as well.
All right, Brother John. Well, since Denia Strong's not here, Mikey, why don't you come on back? Bring Mike in, Jeremiah. Jeremiah is asleep.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
All right, there she's back. In full swing. Folks, here at Community Conversations, we take full advantage of remote technology to engage the next generation with news that will inform without fear and educate without opinion.
And a happy
birthday. We have no birthday. Wow, Mikey, we have a week without birthdays. Wow.
A huge thanks to all the adults, parents, grandparents, educators, and responsible community servants who every Friday night hang out with us to share ideas and install values in us, the leaders of tomorrow. We hear from you in the streets, we get your texts and emails, and we value your feedback. You are indeed contributing to your community as our mentors. And for that, we say thank you.
Hi guys, I am Brittany McLagan from St. Mary Technical in Jamaica. I want to say big up to Community Conversations.
We believe that leadership training prepares youth to manage their time, work in a team setting, set goals, start conversations, facilitate meetings, and make effective presentations, all of which are positive life skills that they will carry into adulthood. Please direct your attention to our friend, Mr. John Maxwell, for our Leadership Minute.
In my book, Put Your Dream to the Test, I asked the passion question, which is a question about energy, because that's what passion does. It energizes us. John Maxwell here today. Thanks for being with me on Minute with Maxwell. What we're doing is we're doing a series of questions that you need to ask yourself to put your dream to the test and find out if it's going to be a possibility or not. And this passion question is huge because you show me a person that has passion, and I'll show you a person that has energy. And what does energy do? Energy allows us to do things that other people who don't have that energy will not attempt. Again, what do I say? Everything worthwhile is uphill. Well, if it's uphill, it takes a lot of energy. No one ever coasted to success. Nobody ever coasted to a desired location. It takes passion. So when people ask me all the time, how do I have at 76 the energy to do what I do today? I say, well, I'm filled with passion. It gives me that energy. It gives me that desire. In fact, desire is the first thing that you have to undertake any great accomplishment. So think about your dream and ask yourself, does my passion match my dream? If it does, you have a good shot of achieving it. Thanks for being with me today on Minute with Maxwell.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat, so you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Once you join KW Commercial Community, then the world of commercial real estate business opens up to you. KW Commercial is a community of 2,500 plus brokers and growing. Once you're inside the community, you have access to specific commercial real estate tools that all the other residential agents don't have access to. You have access to specific training on showing you how to become a top producing commercial broker. You have networking events, you have masterminds, you have a marketing package. You also have the relationships with other people who are inside the community who have experienced success at a higher level or a different market that you can tap into and learn and grow from. We have the answer within our organization.
got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes.
Tonight, and engineer behind the show is our very own illustrious superstar, Jeremiah. Hey, I'm just reading what I've in front of me. I wouldn't say that if I had my own script, but that's what they gave me. So they say he's a superstar, Jeremiah, and he's a proud product of Dr. Juan Garcia High School, and that is in Boynton Beach, Florida. To find past community conversation, just visit our YouTube channel and type in KOP Mentor Network in the search bar.
And this segment is brought to you by the Women's Club of Delray Beach, which has been improving the quality of life for residents of Delray Beach since its inception in 1902. The Women's Club of Delray Beach, formerly the Ladies Improvement Society, by a group of 18 women who are credited with establishing a lot of programs around the city of Delray Beach. And to learn more about the Women's Club of Delray Beach, contact P.O. Box 6593, 14280, Military Trail, Delray Beach, Florida.
All right, before we go, shout outs to our community conversation classrooms, starting with Mrs. Campbell from Kingsville, Maryland. She wants her Eagles from St. Stephen's School to continue soaring and have a great year. Go Eagles. Now, Mikey, you went to Atlantic High School, am I correct?
Yes, I went to Atlantic.
You guys are Eagles as well, right?
Yes. Yes, we were.
We have Mrs. McGinnis and Mrs. Forsman and their Meyer Tigers at Myers in Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Oh, I'm back.
And Mrs. Velasquez and her Panthers at John J. Doyle in Porterville, California. That'll about do it for this week's episode of Community Conversations. Please join us again next week, and when we'll have another dose of news by and what about young people are doing, both in the community and around the world. Remember to tell your friends about Community Conversations. Please like us and share, and let us know your thoughts by commenting. From all of us here, have a good Turkey Day next week.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.